Episode 3 of the Honda CBR 600 F3 restoration series starts right now. Okay, welcome back to the channel, guys. CBR 600 F3. Give you a little quick backstory. I found this motorcycle on the internet. It was stolen, it was a disaster, and now it looks like this. Forks. Some of you may be wondering where the heck the forks are. Forks have been repainted, and they look absolutely gorgeous. They really do. I'm actually very proud of those. So in today's episode, we are gonna be installing the forks, installing the triple tree top hat, as well as the ignition. Now, elephant in the room. This is the rear swing arm, and the rear swing arm looks terrible. So my plan for this, I'm gonna sand this. I'm gonna sand it down and repaint it. Little concerned about oil and stuff that gets on it. It should be okay. I wanted it powder coated, but there's just so many dings and dents in it, and all the used ones on the internet kind of look the exact same. We're just gonna paint it. Looking back at the list, we can see we have a number of things like the triple tree top, which I just mentioned, the ignition, the exhaust. I'm probably not gonna get to the exhaust this episode. Brake and clutch levers, since we're installing the new forks, well, refurbished forks. You can go ahead and install those. Wheels. I finally dropped off the wheels at the powder coating shop. They are currently getting powder coated, and they should be finished by the 24th. As you remember, April 30th is our due date. Today is the 19th of April. So I am kind of running out of time here. So let's kind of get kicking here.
Kicking? Oh, I want to do some kicking.
The rear swing arm, like I said earlier, gonna repaint it, take care of that. And with that, let's jump into today's episode. Okay, so kicking off the episode with something rather easy. You can tell that the ignition was messed with, and they cut the ring that goes around the top of the ignition. So because this was so broken, I went ahead and ordered a new one. This right here is the new one. It's got a little bit of carbon fiber on it, and you can see this one is not cut. However, it is a little rough. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and repaint this. If you look really closely there, hard to focus, there is some small holes in the carbon fiber. And I believe this is real carbon fiber. I think the proper way to fix that would be to use an epoxy coating and then clear coat it. Because of my due date, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and clear coat it once this is all painted black. And this is glued on there. I tried to peel it off. It's really, really on there. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna mask this and paint the rest. Let's get to masking. All right, now with that first coat of black drying, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on removing the top half of the triple tree, as well as this old ignition that leads to a wire cap. One ignition with very, very bent bolts in the back. You can see they tried to remove the ignition, but then they said, screw it, and just cut the cable instead. How funny. And this part I've been waiting to do for so long. Little snip. And a little snip. Goodbye, circuit breaker. Top area is all cleaned up a little bit from all the overspray. More and more overspray everywhere. Spike is atrocious. Since we don't have the triple tree top yet, that's currently still drying in paint, we're gonna go ahead and install the forks. Forks, like I mentioned earlier, came out absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you remember how ugly these things were before, but this is 2 coats of primer, 2 coats of top coat, and 3 coats of clear. And oh my goodness, I'm so happy with how those turned out. Let's get them installed. All right, these are loosely installed right now, like I said, because I don't have the triple tree top, but I'm gonna go ahead and take off the masking and reinstall the brakes. Okay, fresh forks are now installed with the brake calipers reinstalled. Brake pads are still old on there, so I'm gonna go ahead and cross off the forks. Perfect. So I think our next step is gonna be the fresh swing arm, which includes prepping this for paint. Let's get to it. Okay, so while we have the paint drying, this right here is what the old one looks like. You can see it's been painted over, it's been through a lot, and it doesn't have a little ring on top. This is what I've done. I am so proud of this. This looks awesome. Brand new ignition with 2 matching keys. And yeah, it's a good comparison. I like that. That looks really good. Let's go ahead and install it. My now favorite part of the day. I need to wire in this ignition. It did have a plug with 1 ground, and I'd prefer to have it on a plug. Since I don't own any of these little plugs, it would be nice to just hardwire it in. Finally get to disconnect this jank system. Finally, good riddance. Alrighty, say goodbye to the circuit breaker ignition and hello proper ignition. I'm gonna leave these wires exposed for the time being because there is wiring that needs to go into the headlight and they need to figure that out. So this is gonna go where it should be, in the trash can. Next up on the list, we can go ahead and cross off the triple tree and ignition. Getting a lot of stuff crossed off here, which I'm super happy about. Let's go ahead and hop on another easy thing, which would be the new hand grips. And then I also have the new brake and clutch levers. So let's go ahead and get into that. That'll be a pretty easy thing to knock out. I've had these for just about as long as I've owned a bike. As soon as I got this, I went and bought these. But these are OEM Honda hand grips. So they're super cushy, they're super nice. And these ones are aftermarket, so these will be a nice little replacement for that. Out with the old, in with the new. And now that I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and install these fresh adjustable brake and clutch levers. These ones are super sick. You can adjust the distance it is to reach. I have these on my Suzuki and I love them. And they also kind of match the theme of the bike. And lastly, these stock ones are super, super long and they're all kind of painted funky. So let's go ahead and throw these on. Okay, with this top end all freshened up, you can see key on, got the neutral lights, even wired in the brake light. There it goes. I did some poking around with my little tester here, and I found out these capped off wires right here are the headlights. The way he had this routed up was there was a white wire coming off of the ignition straight to the headlight and then a ground, which was a little funky, but this one is regular, this one is bright, this one didn't do anything, which is a little funky though because it just juts out of this wire loom, which looks OEM, and I don't quite know. I did go ahead and pick up some H4 headlight adapter cables, as well as these super fancy looking LED headlights. Now I'm only gonna use one because this has a singular headlight. And I think I'm gonna wire this up, and then that'll be about it for today's episode. What we did today, we went and did the brake and clutch levers. We did the hand grips. What I think I'm gonna save for next time is the swing arm bushings and install the swing arm itself, because that is currently drying on my ladder drying rack over there. And by that time, the wheels should be done from powder coating. Then we can get the chain and sprocket on, as well as the new fairings. I'm waiting for this bike to be all done before I put the fairings on because I don't want to scratch them or anything. Let's go ahead and wire that headlight up and we'll wrap this episode up. Okay, we have a light bulb in here just to test it out, and goodness gracious, just fair warning, this thing is like blinding. So, bam, there is low beams and high beams. Low beams, high beams. Happy about that, that's awesome. All right, that is going to conclude the headlight wiring. Perfect. And we got a lot done on this bike today. Like, today was a really, really productive day. Forks are on, all the triple tree, the hand grips, The levers and such are all taken care of. Everything is looking really, really good. We even got the side covers all freshly painted. Those look great. It's with 1200 degree paint, capable paint anyway. And the rear swing arm is just about dried up. I'm gonna give that a day or two before I install it. But I think for the next episode, we are gonna go ahead and run the new chain. And like I said earlier, hopefully the wheels will have arrived by then. So thank you again for tuning into another episode of Parsons Productions, episode 3 of the Honda CBR 600 F3 build series. Can't wait for episode 4. I'll catch you then. Peace.